All right, so the first thing, and Dennis, I might ask you to come a little closer. And the first thing I want you to notice is that many, not all, many of our enlarger stations have 2 power switches. So the first one is a little black box back in the corner. It's got a toggle switch, and even if you can't read it, up is on, like many things. On your timer, there's a switch, quite a toggle, I don't know how we would call this, on the top as well. When you flick that switch on the top, the lights come on, the red lights. So that's how you know that it's on. It's on 5 seconds because I'm the last one who is doing something with it on Tuesday. You are going to look at the list of how to set up a contact sheet, but I'm going to kind of give you some pointers. So the first thing is where you're going to place your enlarger head. So remember, there's a couple of different ways. This one, I loosen it this way, I push it up or down. I happen to know that about as high as my forehead is about the right height. So about 48, high 40s to around 50 is generally a good 8x10 enlarger height, which is what your sheet is going to say to put it to an 8x10 height. The other way that I can check is then I turn on the light. So the lower right hand corner, right now it's lit up, there's no light coming out because it's on the timer. If I push the other button, then ooh, light comes on. And this is one thing I forgot to mention. So this is, okay, that one doesn't. This is a focusing knob, and you can see even when I don't have an image here, the edges of this can be focused or not focused. So what I want is this pool of light to cover my contact printer, and I believe all of the stations have the contact printer out already. Okay, I want to have my contrast filter on about a 2. So a 2 is a neutral filter, neither low contrast nor high contrast. So that's what we're looking for in our contact sheets. So I've set that up. I've got, this is wide open. Now with the lights on, I can see numbers here, but it's okay, I don't need to. So wide open, and then remember 2 clicks, 1, 2, I can feel that. And that's the lighting situation that I want to have going on here. I'll turn my focus light off. I'm going to test my 5-second timer, and ta-da, that's how this works. Oh, and that horrible beep. So I push the bottom left-hand button to turn that tone off. Everything here is set up, almost everything. And I am going to ask Diego to pull out, I see your paper, so yeah. This I'll take, but pull out your negatives, so take them out of that. And I'm going to show you how we're going to place those. Perfect. And the cardboard. Don't take those out of anything else. Just leave them how they are. Okay, so I am going to leave the negatives there. This piece of cardboard is a very important darkroom tool. I want to talk to you about how you open paper, only in this room with these kinds of lights. So there's this lovely little tear strip. This is where I want a garbage. This opens up. Inside is a black plastic envelope, which helps create the light tightness for your paper. I'm just going to pull out one sheet because I'm going to cut some test strips. I'm going to set this right here. When I'm working with paper, I will leave it like this in the drawer so I can reach in and take paper in and out. But when you put it away, put the folding end in, and that protects it, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of paper into test strips. So I'm going to invite you to walk around with me. I'm gonna come over here. We have our paper cutter over here. This is our crazy station right now. So, watch what my hands are doing. I'm gonna cut this paper into about 4 little strips. These are test strips, okay? They don't have to be perfect, but this is the idea. And then I'm putting all of my test strips, except one, back in the drawer. Now I'm putting my negatives. I'm looking at my negatives so that I can read the words, and then I'm gonna put this strip behind. I care most about the space between the film there, okay? And I'll explain that later. So then I'm closing the glass. So it's paper, emulsion side up, that's the shiny side. That's really important. Film is emulsion side down, that's kind of the dull side. If you've put it in there so the writing is right, you'll be on track. And then the glass on top of it. Now I'm just going to give this piece of paper several exposures. So it's just 5 seconds. And then I'm going to, so the whole thing got 5 seconds. I'm going to cover up a little bit of it, about 1/2 inch, and another 5 seconds. I'm going to do this a few times. I'd like you all to rotate around. So those of you who are close to me, kind of step away so that people who are farther away can come over and see what I'm doing here. This is where a video for future reference will be helpful for other people. So come around, peek, move around. If you can't see what I'm doing, you really want to, because otherwise in about 5 minutes, you're going to be like, how do I do this? So I'm just moving down the strip bit by bit, another 5 seconds, another 5 seconds. Do people over there need to see? So I'm just holding it still against the glass and moving it every 5 seconds. All the way down. And you'll see why in a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to just take this piece of paper out. And I'm going to come over here to my developer. This is where we're going to always start. Watch. I slide the paper underneath the surface. Oh, I want to try these new. 90 seconds. I should have been agitating this the whole time. My bad. This clock is different. So 90 seconds. I'm watching. That's hard to see. I think our old clock was better. It was a regular white clock with black letters, and you could see the second hand. We'll see how we feel about this. Because that is really hard. Okay, we just hit the 30-ish seconds. I think we're going to call that 45. So I've got another 45 seconds. So you can see the entire time I am agitating, slowly lifting one corner up and down. When you're doing this, multiple people can have strips in here. You might, if somebody's already doing it, slide yours under the other person's. That'll make life a little bit easier. Only one person needs to agitate, but it still needs to be agitated the entire time. Lordy, that is hard to see.
It's been 90 seconds.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay. The tiny hands at the 8. All right, so this is a new tongue. I'm gonna see, I was told to test this out. Oh, nice, I like that. So this one I pinch to open it, and when I let go, it closes it. So I'm letting this drip here, more than I need to because I'm talking about a tongue. And then I'm dropping it in the next one. These tongs do not go in the next bath. We need to keep our tongs separate. We need to maintain chemical purity That's not usually the words I use, but so we don't want contamination. That's the word. I don't want to be get contamination. Chemistry is going to go from here to here. This is a 30-second. We'll figure out when that is. So chemistry can go down this way from developer to stop to fixer, but not backwards. Okay. Developer is alkaline, stop is acetic. If it goes back this way, I'm going to weaken my developer. I'm assuming I'm at 30 seconds if anyone's watching. These tongs, I have to close them. Again, I let it drip. I drop into the fixer. It's okay that it's upside down. These first two need to be constantly agitated. Fixer needs to be sometimes agitated. So I need to know for sure 30 seconds. To be completely fixed, it needs 2 minutes, but I don't want to sit here and wait for a full 2 minutes and 2 minutes to fully fix this. It's a test strip, so after 30 seconds, I'm going to take it out into the white light and assess it. Okay? Do I have eyes on that thing? Somebody tell me when it's been 30 seconds. More is better than less. If you're not sure.
It started at 3 now.
So it started at the 3 and now it's at the 9? Or past it now? Okay, great. So, again, dripping. This is my second fixer. This is a holding bath with water, which I like to use to rinse things. I think I mentioned before, fixer stains, not fun stuff. Excuse me. So, I am going to take one of these viewing trays, which looks remarkably like a cafeteria tray, but you never want to eat off of these. Oh my gosh, worst thing in the world. These are gross and disgusting. So now we're going to walk out into the light, and I'm going to talk to you about the next part. All right, so I want you to see what I'm looking at here. Come close. So where less light hit, it's lighter. Where more light hit, it's darker. So light makes things dark. Say that.
Light makes things dark.
Great. So what I am looking for in my contact sheet, you are going to be so tempted to look at the pictures and pick where you think the pictures look good. No. You want to look at what we call the film base, which is this part of the film where it's got little sprocket holes in it. And where I see the sprocket holes disappear so that it's all kind of the same black, that's the time I'm going to choose. This is how I know I've got the right exposure for this film. And it doesn't matter if you have over, under, or properly exposed your negatives, the contact sheet will have, give you a clue as to what you've done with your negatives, okay? So it looks like I don't quite have, I don't have my glasses on, but I think I sort of see a little bit of a difference between those two, right? Yeah. I can still see some difference. What that tells me is this has not gotten enough light. But I don't want to give it more time because this is already 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 seconds. I am horribly impatient in the darkroom. I do not want to stand there for more than 50 seconds. That's horrific. So what I'm going to do, or what Diego is going to do next, is he is going to open up his aperture 1 stop. So now he will not be 2 stops down, but 1 stop down. He's going to go through this process again, and somewhere, probably in the middle of his next test strip, will be the time that he wants, okay? When he has that time figured out, he's going to get that sheet of paper that I handed to you all, that you all have. At the bottom, it has your enlarger station number, enlarger height, aperture, and time, so that when you make a contact sheet, you have that all written down. Don't forget to write that down. So once you have the correct time for the whole sheet, and you can check in with me about that, you can then take the one whole 8x10 sheet of paper and put it underneath all of those negatives. Set the timer up for that time. Say it's 25 seconds. You'll set it up for 25. and then you'll let the whole thing go for 25 seconds, and you'll take the whole sheet of paper through the same process, but that time, because it's something you want to save, you're going to go through 2 minutes of fixer and 2 minutes fixer. Okay, and then it's going to sit in that lovely little holding bath. You'll probably want to come out and look at it because it's your first contact sheet and it's very exciting. But we're gonna wait to wash everything all at the same time. Also, after the contact sheet has been made, after you've made that contact sheet, you're gonna leave the settings the same. You're gonna put another 8x10 sheet of paper there and lay things on top of it for a photogram. And I think that's it. Questions? Yes, ma'am.
So the little dots, if they're black on there, how do you know if it's gone past?
Because you're gonna choose the first one that's
Oh,
where
okay.
they disappear.
Okay.
The past that,
Past that is
you're
too-
is more than you need.
Okay.
So and this is called maximum black for minimum time. So you want the shortest amount of time that you can
Okay.
get your maximum black.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
For the, you didn't soak it for the full time at the end. Can we do that too, or do we need to soak?
So good question. When you're looking at a test strip, 30 seconds in the first fixer is enough because you don't want to wait 4 minutes. Like I said, I'm very impatient in the darkroom. You should be too. Because it's amazing how much time, how this all can go by really fast. So to be efficient in the darkroom, you're going to use the 30 seconds to look at a test strip. After I'm done with this, sometimes I might have you save them, but in general, we'll throw them away in the garbage. If you wanted to save it because you're feeling sentimental, then it would need to go back into the 2 minute and 2 minute fixer, and it could be fully washed and you could save it. One thing about these trays, they never get set down anywhere except back on that table at the end of the sink. These are all clean right now because nobody's used them yet, but once they start getting used, they're gross and disgusting. And we don't want to put fixer mess everywhere else. Okay? Okay, it's gonna be fun. All right, we're done. Thank you.